Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play the Final Fantasy Legend 3 for the Nintendo Game Boy. Last episode, Weggie, Bwizzy, Bubbles, and Gilda finished exploring the underworld. They finished exploring those towers to the west of the Dwelg village. They got some treasure out of there, and then they exited the underground and found their way into the Goht area here, where Xagor, the main bad of the game, lives. However, to confront Xagor, they're going to need the Talon, and in order to get the Talon to come into this area, they're going to have to take down the barrier, which is preventing the Talon from entering the region. So the barrier machine is set up in the eastern ruins they were heading toward, but before we decided to do that, we did some backtracking in the last episode, because we heard that the eastern ruins here in the barrier machine is guarded by this monster, Xagor, and he's only weak to the Mystic Swords. So we backtracked to the Talon to be able to get the final two Mystic Swords. We had Massa on the Talon uncurse the Mirasame, which we found underground, and turned it into the Masmium, which is the second strongest Mystic Sword. That's currently being wielded by Gilda. The strongest Excalibur is wielded by Weggie. And then we had Massa combine the three items, the katana, the emblem, and the crystal together to make the Emperor's Sword. And we gave the Emperor's Sword then to Bwizzy, and the Durin Sword to Gilda. Bubbles. Bubbles right now, if you notice, she is currently a beast. She won't be able to use the Mystic Sword once we turn her back into a monster, but I wanted to turn her into a beast just to be able to give her a bunch of equipment, because in the bonus episode I will eventually turn everybody back into their base classes and just beat the game with the base classes, just because I haven't really been using them since the beginning of the game. So I just wanted to clear up inventory and give her the equipment that she will have for that bonus episode. So yeah, so you see right there, she's just a beast right now. As soon as I get monster meat, though, I will turn her back into a monster. So, speaking of beasts, though, we see the two different types of beasts that you can be at the final class level. We have the beast Anubis, which Gilda is currently. That's the one that you want to be. And then there's the beast Ishima, which is the one that Bubbles currently is. You want to be the Anubis one because they have better abilities, and they have the all stat, which means that they're immune to, or they're strong against all magics. They'll still take damage, but they won't do a lot of excess damage to them. So, plus they also have the Self-Fix ability, which means that they gain hit points back at the end of each round, sort of like how Weggie does as a robot. Weggie, if you wanted to make him a better robot, you could, like I said, install any parts on him. After level 31, all robots become, doesn't matter the element of the robot part you install, becomes the Venus robot. And one of the good things about the Venus robot is they have an ability called Dance. And what Dance does is, it's like the Dispel ability that Bwizzy used a lot of times, and then it can inflict the Fatal status on characters. So, yeah, Fatal status is still doing really good, even here in this, penultimate dungeon. You can see we're turning a lot of enemies into stone, or using the Fatal magic against them, and it's working really well. If you didn't equip the armlets that I made that I had Juba make back on the Talon, you can use them as an item to cast the Fatal spell as well. But like I said, I just equipped them because pretty much everybody else has some type of Fatal ability or magic, so no use really. Might as well just boost up my defense. So, but I'll continue on through here. This dungeon, like I said, despite being technically, I guess, the penultimate dungeon, it's kind of short. I say it can technically be the penultimate because it depends if you want to call the last dungeon Mountain Goat and Xagor's castle, if you want to count them one and the same. You gotta make it through on one trip through both of them. So, I guess you could consider it either, one big, long dungeon, or you can consider it, two smaller dungeons added together. But, either way, surprisingly, this dungeon ain't that bad. So like I said, it's not too big, and most of the enemies still are weak to, you know, the fatal staffs and the stones spells. So, but the biggest challenge of this dungeon is probably like everyone was warning us, is the boss Xagor, who is really only weak to the mystic swords. So it's a good thing, like I said, we got all the mystic swords, so we'll be able to, you know, deal a lot of damage with them. So I guess another thing that makes that battle a little bit harder is, spoilers, we're going to end up losing Dion for that battle. We're going to have to fight that battle on our own without a 5th party member help. So yeah, that I guess makes it a little bit harder. Luckily, the final bosses in the game we'll have another party member to help us out. So, and that party member we're about to meet very shortly right here. We saw this man standing down here, and it is Borgin. You're here. Who are you? I'm Borgin, the one who took you from the future. You? I have to go and investigate Mount Goht. Go destroy the barrier machine in here. I'll be back. Good luck. Wait. He's the scientist who sent us back from the future, or sent Weggie, Bwizzy, and Bubbles back from the future, because Gilda grew up in the present. So yes, he will end up, spoilers, being our final party member. He's really, really good. He's high level. He's a mutant, so he's really good with magic, and he comes with a lot of really good magic. So, but we'll meet him in a little bit. So we'll meet him again, I guess you should say, in a little bit. We did just meet him there again. So, alright, we got a kind of a little tricky area here. I went the wrong way. Got to turn around. Gotta crawl under these little. Got a little bit confused there on the grids. Walking above them or below them. Gotta get all the treasures. So, dark crystal. Sadly, we won't be able to use all the light and all the dark crystals. Wish you could get more of them, but there's 9 of each. The best would be if we had enough light and dark crystals to make a whole bunch of speed shields, and then also made armlets. But the way it was, I just was able to make 2 armlets, 3 armlets, and 2 speed shields, which is, you know, pretty good. So. So we're gonna have to backtrack up onto that floor again, because when we were going to grab that dark crystal, we noticed that there was a treasure chest here hidden, kind of hidden neatly. So we got another monster meat. So I ate that because I wanted to show off the Garuda form. Right there, before this, I was the Sea Ryu form. That's the form I'm gonna want to be in for the end game. That's more of a magical form. See, this one right now has a magic of 85. The Sea Ryu, though, has a magic stat of 95, so it's a little bit better. And at the end game, the magic's probably you know, better than, you know, the regular attacks. The Garuda has better, like, regular attacks. It has like 2 swords. Hit twice. It has an X gauge which turns characters into stone. Where the Sea Ryu only has like nail, tusk, and crash. But like I said, we're gonna bank on the Sea Ryu because of the better magic stat. Here's Agron. How dare you enter my dwelling? Barrier machine's got to go. Take the power of the mystic sword. Fools. Too bad. Machine can also protect me from mystic sword. Then take this. Dion, what? Doctor put a bomb in me for just such an occasion. Weggie, take care of Faye. Stop! And for some reason, Dion had a bomb installed in him. He sacrificed himself to destroy the barrier machine, which was also creating a barrier around Agron here. But now that it's gone, we can actually hurt him with the mystic swords. So this guy's another scary guy with a bunch of heads and mounds and stuff. Luckily, we got the Cure B spell there, which heals everybody up for 60% of their max hit points. The Cure A does 30%, so Cure B is a little better if you're really taking damage, but it costs 3 times more than Cure A. So Cure A is actually, I guess, a little bit more effective in healing overall, but when you need to heal real quick, Cure B is the way to go. Still use some Cure 2s and Cure 3s though on occasion if you only have to single target cure, like right there. But a lot of these final boss type enemies will be using multi-targeting attacks. So like the white magic there. But otherwise, like I said, if you have all the Mystic Swords, this guy ain't too bad. Just like I said, gotta be careful with the healing. Luckily, if anybody gets knocked out, the awesome thing is Weggie still goes before everybody. His maxed out agility at 99. It outspeeds like every monster. So if somebody gets knocked out, Weggie can always use an elixir to bring them back before the monster goes again. So yeah, powering up Weggie there at the beginning there with that glitch made him basically, you know, like I said, the mighty mouse. So, but I guess he's not that mighty because he just got turned into stone. That's one of the reasons why I got those soft potions, because even though we could use elixirs to heal all status ailments, you know, it's kind of a waste to use an elixir just to cure like one little status ailment. It's better to save the elixirs for bringing somebody back from the dead, or restoring somebody's full hit points. So, you just how powerful these Mystic Swords are. They're doing a lot of damage compared to when you see Bubbles here using the 2-sword ability. The Mighty Blow isn't that bad, but you know, otherwise, she's doing about maybe a third of what the others are doing with the Mystic Swords, even the weakest Mystic Sword. So, which would be the well, the Durin is the weakest one, but right now the weakest one equipped is Weggie with the not Weggie, Bwizzy with the Emperor Sword. And I gave him the second weakest because, like I said, he'll still be fulfilling the role of the healer. So casting that Cure B or Cure A or Cure 2 or 3, depending on what type of cure we need. So, luckily, I was mentioning about my the next party member we get Borgen. He's really good with magic, and he actually comes with the Cure A spell too. So we have some really good healers. We basically have 2 healers with Borgen and with Bwizzy. Yeah, Dion and Faye could both heal, but they only had single targeting heals with the Cure 3s. It's nice to have the multi-targeting heals, especially with guys like these and bosses who are going to be using multi-targeting attacks. But Xagor has fallen, and unfortunately there, we lost the Anubis form, but every time we gain a level we'll rotate between the Anubis form and the Ashima form. Couldn't catch up in time. Dion, get a hold of yourself. He saved our lives. We must defeat Xagor at Mount Goht, then go through the giant hole in the ocean. Right. Now listen, one of the trap holes at the castle of Mount Goht leads to Xagor. Let's go. And that gives a kind of a clue on how we're going to, how you proceed in Xagor's castle, because otherwise it kind of seems like you get to a dead end. But we'll cross that bridge, or we'll get to that hole when we get to it. So, but now that the barrier machine is down, we can use the remote to bring the Talon to us, and we want to install the soar unit that we just picked up there, because that'll allow us to fly over the mountains, and those mountains will, like I said, the Mount Goht, where Xagor's castle is surrounded by mountains, so. Now, Borgen doesn't come with a lot of equipment, even though he has really good stats, so we're going to want to buy him some equipment. We can get a few other pieces of equipment here in the Talon. The rest of the equipment we're going to grab from the underworld, from the Dwell city. We could have bought that earlier, but I didn't buy it earlier because I'm just limited with inventory space. So, now I gave Borgen the bangle. If you don't want to turn, like I said, for the bonus episode, I'm going to turn everyone back into the normal classes, so I'm going to want them to have ribbons so they all get the all. But if you're keeping your characters like beasts and stuff, Gilda has as an Anubis, has the all, so she has no reason to have a ribbon equipped. So you could just give that ribbon, you get 4 of them, you can give another ribbon to Borgin. That's probably why they gave him a free accessory slot, so if you wanted to, you can give him that, but like I said, since I'm going to be transforming everybody back into the normal classes for the final, I wanted to keep all the ribbons on the regular party members. So, we get to look at Borgin's magic here. He has a lot of good magic there, and he has the stats to back it up. So, like I say, he just doesn't have a lot of equipment, but we'll pick up that equipment for him. Like I said, some here in the Talon, and then the rest at the other place. So, I guess in the bonus episode too, I'll show off the mixed magic that you can make. Borgin has one of the mixed magics, the Lit X, but the mixed magics, they ain't as good as like the final magic, like the white, the nuke. So, yeah, it's kind of pointless to get those, but I guess they could do more damage if you target an enemy with like a weakness. So mainly like the forbidden magics are kind of thinking of like the Lit 3, the Fire 3s. Right now, like we had like Lit 1 and Lit 2. That's as high as we got. But the forbidden magics tend to be, like I said, like the Lit 3 versions and stuff like that, which means they could potentially do more damage than Nuke and White when they target an elemental weakness. But for the most part, you're just better off just using the Nuke and the White. But I will pick up those, I'll show off those forbidden magics, I guess, in the bonus episode. But in terms of regular Let's Play, not really useful, so... So now that we got the sword, we can fly to Mount Goht, but before we do that, we have 2 more caves that we want to explore. Like the other caves, the other few caves that we, the 3 caves that we explored before we went to this area. These ones all have 3 treasure chests in them. And usually the treasure was really good. We get like we get a ribbon there, get a fire crystal, a light crystal. And we get another new enemy here, the worm enemy. Not too many enemies left. Borgin there has that fatal spell as well. That's good. If you want to grind though, like for levels, Borgin's pretty fast. And he has the white spell, which hits everybody. And so a combination of having the E-laser equipped on the Talon, and then having Borgin with the white spell, usually those 2 together can take out an enemy group from the Talon. So you just like can fly around the Talon, have the initial attack with the E-laser, then Borgin goes, finishes them off with the white magic, and then you just gain experience pretty safely. The only thing you gotta watch out for is when Borgin eventually runs out of MP, but he has 990 MP, so yeah, it'll take a while for that to happen, because white costs 36 MP, so he has a lot of casting of that. So well, we'll pick up in the next episode where we get the final cave and getting on to Mount Goht. Take care, have a good one, see you then, bye.